Hey YouTubers, so I'm looking quite rough and I'm trying to eat. I got like a tuna salad situation going on. So as I said before, my surgery was May 10th, this Friday, so I am 2 days post-op from my panniculectomy. Hopefully I'm saying it correctly. Breast lift and implants. I believe my implants was 350 cc because of the size of the surgical bra they gave me, but the bra is kind of loose on me, and my surgeon basically said he was going to make the deciding factor for my body what was best, and I just went with him. But they're swollen, so they appear to be huge. I actually tried on one of my bras that was a 38C, and they were too big. So right now I'm definitely probably in a D cup. My bra was too small. I was going to do a pre-op video. I'm kind of out of breath because I just went downstairs and upstairs. I've been trying to really keep walking and keep my circulation going. I have a machine that I put on my legs, but when it's on, it makes this popping noise, and it wakes me out of my sleep. And so I haven't been getting much rest. I got better rest last night when I didn't have it on. So I just got to keep moving. Of course, they have put me on Percocets, and I have my antibiotics and my blood thinner, on top of being on a suppository. So the perks you can take, if you take 2 of them, you have to take it every 6 hours. If you take 1, you can have it every 4 hours. The thing about that is that I don't think the perks are strong enough for me. I don't know what it is because I usually handle my pain very well, but for some reason I can take 2 and I will be in excruciating pain within 3.5 hours. I push myself not to take it up until 5.5 at least. And I usually just start off with 1 and I see how it works in 30 minutes. If it's not hitting me, I take half of 1 and I just try to see. So just not to make the video long. So I was not very anxious the day of surgery or even the day before. Of course, you have your little, you think about it a lot, and I might have lost sleep, which I don't really think I did. I didn't eat anything after 12 a.m., which I really didn't eat anything after 7 p.m. because I don't eat anything after usually 6 o'clock. I think I vaguely remember eating something around like 6:30-ish, going against my fasting period, but whatever. This tuna salad is actually the first food that I've actually eaten since Thursday. I've lost my appetite. I've been kind of sipping on Premier protein shakes, and I had like a Jello and some pudding. But you're talking about maybe in the past 2 days I had 1 cup of pudding and 1 thing of Jello and 2 things of the Premier shakes within those days because I just haven't been hungry. And I'm still not hungry. Like, I took 1 bite of that and I'm already like, I'm over it. But I know I have to eat. I know I have to, overcome, this or whatever. So I was scheduled to be in there, arrive at 7:15. Of course, they take your urine analysis if you're a woman because they need to make sure you're not pregnant, which I'm on birth control. I'm not pregnant. We get to the pre-op room. And, of course, they start my IV, get me into my gown. My surgeon comes in, anesthesiologist comes in. They start marking me up. And so then, that amount of time between that and me taking pictures, that took about an hour and a half. I didn't know they were giving me the medication to calm you down. They told me they were going to give it to me, but I didn't know they gave it to me. It was in my IV the whole time. I didn't know. So I remember being like, on the bed and being taken to the OR room vaguely. And I remember being pushed out, but I don't remember anything after that. I remember waking up, had my surgical bra on. I had my binder on. They were talking to me, and they was like, and the anesthesiologist was like, "Remember, I told you you're gonna have to talk." And I was like, "Okay, like, where'd you come from?" So everything felt really tight, but the medication they gave me, like, it wasn't working at first. So they ended up having to give me another dose, and that kind of took me down to about, I want to say, a 6 or a 7 in pain. But, I'm really good at, tolerance of pain. So I was good by that point. And then they talked to me a little bit. And so the difference between a panniculectomy, you know what I'm talking about? We're going to call it panny, okay? And a tummy tuck is that a tummy tuck, they actually go in and, tighten your muscles. It's restoration of your muscles. Well, I feel like that's what he did. So, like, everything was snatched in it. And all the nurses who were in the room, like, there was 2 nurses that actually came up to me and was like, he snatched you in, like, he was tightening your muscles. And my stomach looked, I got my little belly button. I don't know if that's the fake belly button everybody be talking about, but I definitely have a belly button. Everything looks really crazy and swollen, and I had stretch marks already, so of course I see stretch marks towards the bottom, but everything looks like swollen. But I can tell from my size how he brought everything in, and I do believe I'm gonna show you guys later. I'm not doing it right now because I'm laying down, and I'm just not trying to get up right now because I'm like exhausted. But I could tell I have, like, I guess they call it dog ears on my left side. And it's a small bulge, and I believe that comes down after a while. Okay, so that's all Friday. I get released to go home. I had all my medications with me already. I get home, and I was going to sleep on the recliner, but the recliner I have is not super comfortable, like, all the time, especially if you're sleeping in it. So I opted to just get in my bed. So first night, it was horrible as far as going to sleep. I didn't get any sleep Friday night. I really didn't get any sleep. Well, I got more sleep on Saturday, but that's because I took, they gave me these little things to wrap around my legs at nighttime with a machine to kind of circulate, my blood flow, my oxygen to prevent blood clots. And I believe she said I was only supposed to wear it for 24 hours because I'm supposed to return it tomorrow. And my post-op appointment is going to be on Wednesday. But I think I'm going to just bring it back on Wednesday. It just makes sense. So I was able to take my first shower yesterday. And yeah, it takes a lot in the stages that they said that you were going to go through. It is so true. But I was already ready for the stages that I was going to have to go through, that I didn't really, I was ready. So I said, I already knew I'm not going to be too disappointed. I thought I would cry because I was just like, it's overwhelming to see your body basically looking botched up. But I'm a positive person, and I know it's going to look better. So I'm not going to beat myself up. The Percocet, when you take it, it makes you itch. So that's really uncomfortable. And, but, I had help bandaging myself back up, putting the binder back on. And once I and I put some Neosporin on. So once I get back from my appointment on Wednesday, I'm going to go ahead and put my compression garment that I bought on, called Faja. And they have like an abdominal board that you put in there to kind of flatten everything out and get like the best results you could possibly get. So I'm going to ask my physician, can I use the Faja and incorporate also the binder over it? I just don't want everything to be too tight and me to like lose my breath, and I just don't want to go overboard, you know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely going to ask him about that. I have my drain in. A lot of people, they say they have, I'm not going to show you guys. I don't know if you're going to be disgusted. Well, it doesn't have really much in it. That's my drain. I just emptied it at 10 o'clock. It was like at 50 cc's. And so that's pretty good. But I only have one drain. He told me that he found it easier. He put it in a particular position. And the drain is uncomfortable. Like, the drain, you got to be really careful with it, because I know it's not just going to pop out, but sometimes it feels like that. And one problem that I am having is I have all these paddings around my surgical, my incision line, which is from hip to hip. and then you have the binder over that, but the binder is still pressing against your surgical scars, and that leads to it feeling like really like it's burning. So that's one thing that I'm going through. But as far as my chest, my implants and my lip, I'm not really having much pain from this. I feel swollen and sore, but this is the least of my worries. It's like my stomach. And so that's that. Today is day 2 post-op. So everybody say day 1 to day 3 are the worst days. We'll see how it goes. And then I'll give you guys another update. But as for now, I'll wait to my post-op appointment on Wednesday to let you guys know how that goes. And I really can't wait to get back in the gym. Like, I'm so motivated now. Like, not to have that extra skin. Like, you know, you go to the gym, you work out, and it's just that one area that regardless of how much work you do, you can't get rid of it. And that was my thing. And, so surgery day, I got a picture of my skin. They got 5.5 pounds of loose skin. He basically said there was no fat. It was just all loose skin. That's why it went so quickly, because it was supposed to be 4.5 to 6 hours, and it only took him 3.5 hours. That's why I think he did a little extra stuff. But the real MVP, Mr. Blanchard, well, Randall Blanchard. But anyway, I'll update you guys when I go to my post-op appointment. All right, you guys have a blessed day.